I was reading an interesting article which asked a pertinent question. In the context of leadership, the word coach more closely aligns to which of the following definitions? Definition A, training for a specific skill, for example, a football coach. Or definition B, a railway coach. Coaching in the context of leadership has to be definition A, but I was surprised to find that the answer was B. In this video, we will discuss on two broad frameworks of delegation. The first framework is the mentoring framework, and the second framework is the coaching framework. Let's talk about the mentoring framework. You see, what does a mentor really mean? You might have a mentor in life. This person is typically more experienced than you are. You look up to this person. When you have a certain problem in life or at work, you want to approach this person for his or her advice. Now, most managers and leaders use the mentoring framework of leadership, where your team comes up with a question and you give them an answer. Your team comes up with a report and you give review on that report. Your team comes up with some performance and you explain what about that performance is great and what about that performance needs to improve. Let us talk about the coaching framework. You will refrain from giving direct answers to questions or problems posed by your team. Now, how does this work? You invite the team to bring in their own creativity, to bring in their own ideas to find the solution to a problem. So a mentoring framework is sitting in the driving seat, whereas the coaching framework of leadership is being the air traffic controller while you let your team fly the plane. Let me explain the difference between both of these frameworks with an example. Let us say a team member comes in and they present to you, the leader, a report that they've prepared in the last few months. You're looking at this report and you tell them, okay, this is great. This is something that needs to improve. Oh, this is something that you need to completely change. It is not making any sense. This is the mentoring framework. Now, how would the coaching framework differentiate this review? Your team member walks in, they ask you, what do you think about this report? Now, you are a leader using a coaching framework. Here's what you do. You ask them, all right, what do you think is the objective of the client here? So based on that, what do you think should be the objective that should be mentioned? What do you think is an assumption that you should not have taken in this place? What do you think you did well in this portion of the report? What do you think can be better in this portion of the report? What support do you need from me to better this section of the report? You see, all of these questions that you're asking your team is helping your team think on how they can step up the quality of the report and bring you a better output next time. Now, both mentoring and coaching framework have their advantages. A key advantage of the mentoring framework is it is more efficient. You have 10 or 15 or 20 years of experience in your field and you're able to give very quick solutions to a problem. However, the coaching framework can at times, especially in the medium and the longer terms, can be more effective in helping your team develop themselves. Now, how is that? For two reasons. Number one, when your team is sitting in the driving seat, they become accountable for their work. They're not just following orders, they're applying their brains. And number two is, as millennials are rising to become managers and Gen Z is coming into the workplace, what really matters to both of these kind of knowledge workers is they need to feel as if they're making an impact in the organization. I was coaching a senior leader of a consulting firm. In one of the meetings that I was with him, I observed that there was this intern who he had recently picked up from IIT. And as they were brainstorming on a problem, he asked the intern, what do you think about this problem? And I was surprised. So I asked him, Raj, you have more than 25 years of experience in what you do. In that team meeting, why did you ask that intern about his suggestions? He's like, Mudit, the large idea is that I really wanted his contribution. I asked Raj, why is that? He said, Mudit, I'm hiring these people from the top institutions after multiple rounds of interviews because I want them to bring their minds into the discussion. If I bring my mind into the discussion and they keep doing what I'm telling them, then why do I need to get the best people along? So while you as a leader might have tremendous experience and wisdom in the work that you do, but sometimes that new and fresh idea can be that disruptive contribution that can give your team the edge over your competitors. In the next video, I'm going to discuss with you on how we can further get into the details of understanding when to use a mentoring framework, when to use a coaching framework, and when to use a combination of the two. Did you enjoy this video? Let me know in the comments below. I will see you in the next video.